Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother, and we're talking about Monday Night Raw, July 31st, 2023. Corey Graves, Kevin Patrick on commentary. We're in Houston, Texas, the go-home Raw before SummerSlam this Saturday. Great, starting with Logan Paul. And Ricochet comes out. They get the little bit of back and forth, but I gotta say the part that kind of just really stung, I was like, "Ooh, no, you didn't." When he's like, "Hey, that's your fiance, right? You know." So just imagine when I beat you and she says my name. I was like, "Bro, you done fucked up." But Ricochet was laid to waste, one punch from Logan Paul, and it was over. But when he did that, he was like, "Yo, she's gonna say my name, bro." I was like, "Bro." Ooh, he took it there. Then we have Jackie with Imperium backstage. Because they got a big match coming up with Matt Riddle and Ludwig. This is our first match of the night, and this was a banger, in my opinion. This is one of my favorite matches tonight. Matt Riddle versus Ludwig Kaiser, and Ludwig for the win. But like I said, these two battled. That's what this was. These two went on a war path with each other. Gunther's out there, Vinci's out there. Like I said, this is one of my favorite matches of the night, and I'm sad that he took the L, but I'm also okay with Matt Riddle taking the L, if that makes sense, because now we got to build all the way to, why am I drumming my brain, the SummerSlam with Drew McIntyre and Gunther, and I'm glad. And Ludwig is a beast. I don't care what anybody says. Ludwig is a beast in that ring. And Matt Riddle is too, but I'm really liking Ludwig. Like, he's getting some shine, and he even got some little bit of a rub from Gunther, giving him you got it done, Ludwig. Then we had Alpha Academy and Viking Raiders backstage, because we have Maxine's debut match, singles competition tonight. I got really excited about that because I'm really liking what they're doing with Maxine. I'm really liking what they're doing with Alpha Academy. They're rocking the pink, and I like that. They're rocking the pink and everything like that. And I really like on the back of Chad Gable's, he got the Olympic symbol, because Chad Gable is the man. Then we have Byron backstage, Logan Paul. He's walking, he's cocky, he's happy what he did, knocked out, Ricochet and everything. He's out of here. He's like, I don't want to be in Texas no more. He's like, get out of my way. And he, and Byron's just like, oh, all right, fine, whatever, jerk, freaking jerk. But I will say this Cody Brock package, this song that was playing behind it was beautiful. I mean, they've done a lot of packages for SummerSlam and stuff like that, but I can't say I've had one where the song just hits. It's not a metal song. It's not a rock song. It's not a rap song. It's none of those things. It's just this really personal song, and we're getting Cody versus Brock 3. And it was just one of those packages that just gave me goosebumps. Like, it took me all the way back to, it's my way or the highway. It gave me those vibes. And if you know what package I'm talking about, you know what package I'm talking about. But that's what this reminds me of. It just, I was like, man, I cannot wait for these two to battle one more time. Now, Maxine Dupree with Alpha Academy on the outside, and Valhalla with the Viking Raiders on the outside. Fun match. Maxine still got to work on some things, but she has the personality. She got the win over Maxine. We got some crazy stuff on the outside, but I don't know. I'm just really digging what we're doing with Maxine. I don't know what it is. I like Valhalla. I think she's cool, but the Viking Raiders have been on such a weird spiral, and it's just why should I care? I care about this because I feel like they're being built, and you guys are, you guys keep getting repackages of a repackage, and they don't do anything with the Viking Raiders but lose. The best stuff with the Viking Raiders has been what's been going on with Alpha Academy, and like I feel like this feud is like coming to an end because now you have Maxine beat Valhalla, and now I don't know where you go from there. We have Shinsuke backstage with Ciampa, and Ciampa's like, "Hey man, tonight it's this is gonna end, and then we're going to this SummerSlam Battle Royal, which I'm gonna win." And Shinsuke's like, "Yeah," he did this little clap thing I really liked. I was like really getting hyped for this match. I was like, okay. Then we have the Judgment Day. Judgment Day come out, and I like just looking at them, the four of them. You got Damian with the Money in the Bank. You got Rhea with the championship. You got Dom with that North American championship. And I'm like, man, I want Finn so bad to beat Seth Rollins. So on Monday Night Raw, when they all come out, they're all shining. But of course, what's looming in the background is that Money in the Bank briefcase. There's been teased, and tonight it was teased, but they made a statement how they ran over everybody. They got a big main event, and then Rhea starts speaking about Raquel. Then Raquel comes out and gets into a fight, but Rhea got the upper hand because she got her knee and everything like that, and was just like, oh, okay, but we after all this, we get she's backstage and everything like that. She's like, my knee. But Adam's like, hey, I promise you, as soon as you're cleared, you will face Rhea Ripley. Now, I don't know if it's for the championship, but she says once you are cleared, you will face Rhea Ripley. That's a promise. We have a Ronda and a Shayna package. Like, it was a two-parter tonight. They're going to have an MMA rules match. It's going to be like these two are going to fight. And I think these two are professional enough to go to the extremes of making it like a legit fight between these two, because they get personal in this first part and second part package. They get really personal with each other, and we're getting photos of how long they've been friends. And Shayna's just like, yeah, I held her daughter, that's my goddaughter and everything like that, but she is not gonna like nor forgive me what I'm about to do to her mom, Ronda Rousey. Then walks off. I gave me a little bit of chills because I'm like, I cannot wait for this is gonna be crazy. Alpha Academy backstage. They, celebrating Maxine, but then Imperium comes in, and Gunther's like, yo, to Gable, you cannot last 5 minutes with me in that ring. And Chad is like, you know what? I'll take you up on that offer. So it sets up a match later on. And I was just like, Gunther and Gable and the Mattician, the Magic Man, like, oh, I'm like, sign me up. And then next match is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ciampa. Bronson Reed's watching on. I'm like, I don't understand how we're continuing this story. Like, I don't know where we're going with this story. And maybe it all ends at the SummerSlam Battle Royal. Like, we'll see. But Shinsuke got the win. Grabbing those tights, and Ciampa's like, God damn it, But what sucked was like the camera angle when he rolled Ciampa up. You didn't see him holding the tights until they actually like switched to another camera view. You're like, oh, okay. I knew he was holding the tights, but just for that visual aspect of when you're trying to tell a story, especially in wrestling, like I was like, why didn't we switch to the other camera? That's little criticism, things like that, And then we had Brock Lesnar come out, and he kind of cuts a promo, says, names his the championships he's won, the MMA, UFC and WWE, and he goes on, and then he calls Cody out. He's like, look, come out here and shake my hand, because at SummerSlam I'm gonna get paid to whoop your ass, and you're gonna get paid for me to beat your ass. Said and done. Cody comes out, huge pop. Cody gets in the ring, shakes hands, and it's just this like intense moment between the two. And like, as they're shaking hands, Brock gets a little bit closer, but Cody ain't backing down. And then he shoulder checks Cody, and he's walking. Cody isn't having it. Bada bing, bada boom. Goes to he runs and dives out, gets Brock, but doesn't last for long because Brock Lesnar was the one that was standing tall. And the funny part about this whole thing is me and my wife were watching this, like, we were like, oh my gosh, his hat. He can't forget his hat, because there's a point where he's literally leaving. He's like, I forgot my hat. Like, Brock in that hat, like, he kept taking it on, putting it on, taking it on. But Cody's laid the waste. Is he down and out? I don't think so, because he has a backstage thing with Byron later on, and he says, like, yo, I ain't done. Like, he can break my arm, he can break my jaw, he can do whatever. I'm Cody Rhodes, and I am going to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And, it's building more. But you should watch that Cody Brock fight package, the package they have right now. I really want to know who's the song. What's the song? I try to look it up. I pulled it up on the YouTube channel. They have it there, and I was like, you're not crediting who's this song. I want to know who's this song so I can add it to my playlist, because it's such a damn good song. And this is one of my favorite packages I'll probably watch over and over again. Like, there's some out there that I do like to watch, just to watch, So this was one of them. Now, we have Gunther versus Chad Gable in what they said in they put a timer on this, but Chad won, in quotations, because he lasted the timer. Gunther got mad. Gunther threw a fit, and Gunther was like, yo, no. This match is going to continue because I am not going to take the L. He hasn't taken an L in a while, and he's like, no. So what happens? The match continues, and Gunther wins. But I got to say, Chad looked great. I feel like Chad has a win over Gunther. That's what I'm saying, because he lasted the stipulation of the 5 minutes. He lasted, and I'm going to go with that, ladies and gentlemen. Chad has one over Gunther. That's all I'm saying. But Gunther, in the end, won this match. Cuts a promo afterwards, calls out Drew McIntyre, and says, what I did to that man in that ring is what I'm going to do to you at SummerSlam. Gunther says, I'm not losing this championship anytime soon. See you at SummerSlam. Bada bing, bada boom. We got Seth and Sammy backstage. Seth hyping it up like, we're going to get him. We're going to get Judgment Day. Ah. Then right after that was the Cody interview, what I just talked about. But here is something that I got really confused about. This feud between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch comes out, cuts a promo, calls out Trish. Trish comes out. So then she's like, no, I'm not going to do this here. You're not going to dictate this. And I was like, wait a minute, wasn't this supposed to happen at SummerSlam? This is a big match, and then Adam comes out. He's just like, hey, you are having this match right now. I was like, okay, well, then I'm guessing something's going to happen. Zoe's going to attack Becky right when the bell rings, causing a DQ. A DQ happened, and it was just like, oh, okay, well, then Becky, got beat down a little bit, but there was some great shots, hitting Trish's nose and, all this stuff going on. All the way down to backstage, Trish, Zoe, backstage. Adam comes and is like, what was that? That was blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, he's going to be like, you know what, Trish? You and Becky at SummerSlam this Saturday. No Zoe. Get out of here. He said those things, but he didn't mention SummerSlam because in 2 weeks, when we're in Canada, we're going to get the end to this match. This feud that's been building and building and building and building. And this is like a SummerSlam worthy match. And we're getting it in 2 weeks on television, on a Raw, in Canada. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm like, I feel like, but besides Shayna and Ronda, I feel like this has more meat on the bone because we've been building this feud for a little bit ever since Trish turned. And Trish Stratus is a big name. Becky Lynch is a huge name. And we're not going to have Becky Lynch at SummerSlam? Huh. Okay. But we're going to have these two. I don't know. This was like the low point of the night for me. I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. But I got picked back up because we had Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins versus the Judgment Day, Priest Dom. We got Rhea out there. They start this thing off with a fight. Seth chases Finn to the back and everything like that. It's going on and on. It's popping off and everything like that. But at the end of the night, Sami and Seth got the win. Damian Priest is busted open. It was a little bit of a sloppy finish, but it got the job done with the curb stomp and everything like that. But this was a really fun match, and I felt bad for Damian Priest because he's bleeding like crazy. While he's getting out, and Finn's over there. He's mad because these guys got to win, and I felt like this was a good send off for SummerSlam this Saturday, and we're going to have that for SmackDown, and then we're going to have the aftermath of the Great American Bash tomorrow night. So this is a good week for wrestling. We got AEW Dynamite 200. It's going to be a good week, folks. Then we got a really great Collision. I love Monday Night Raws because it's like this is the refresh, the reboot, the starting of my week when I start these podcasts. And Sexy Ninja Casts are on the way. I'm already working on some, just so everyone knows. And that podcast is all about my loves and interests. The only reason why New World Podcast is separate from that is just because I just want to talk about these matches and everything. That is more for comic books, movies, and all the other things that entertain me. But right here, it's the New World Podcast, and you've been rocking with the New World Podcast, and I thank you. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet NWP logo created by Penta X. Get that shirt. I want to see it on a show, any show I'm watching. I want to see Too Sweet Me, everything like that. And the rating I give for this Monday Night Raw is a solid 4.5 out of 5. The Trish and Becky Lynch kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, but I was picked up for the main event. Great main event and everything like that. Some great stuff going on to build towards SummerSlam. All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Oh, no, Brock's not done yet. Lesnar may not want Rhodes to make it to Detroit.